Hi everyone, and welcome back to Journey of a Complicated Person. I am your host Alex, and today we're going to be talking about the two words, I'm sorry. Now there is such great power in these two words, only 3 syllables, but they can be the difference between the life or death of your relationship. But as powerful as these words are, there is one thing that is greater than them, and that is ego. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what happens when someone apologizes to you. My personal experience, I had a very hard time accepting people's apologies because being angry at them, holding whatever slights they committed against me, against them, gave me such a power. It was such a power trip, I wanted them to suffer for the suffering that they caused in my own life. So if they apologized, I would only respond with the silent treatment. I'd start banging things. I'd walk away and pretend that they're not there. And I enjoyed watching them squirm. It was such a great power trip. Making them squirm was such a power trip for me. And them apologizing to me took that away from me. So I refused to accept their apology. And the denial of my forgiveness was one way through which I could do that. But also, like any addiction, in order to overcome it, you have to win yourself off of it, bit by bit. So now, if someone hurts me or causes pain in my life in any way, I walk away. I give myself a serious self-talk and I come back to them ready to give them a real apology. And that amount of freedom is a level of freedom that you could never buy. Now let's come back to when you need to apologize to someone else. Again, the very same situation. Ego would be the very same thing that would stop me from saying, I'm sorry. Why? Because as strong as ego is, it is actually incredibly fragile. And any acknowledgement of my imperfections, of myself as an imperfect being, shook ego to its very foundation. And that is something that it could not tolerate. So it would do anything that it needed to do in order to stop me from doing that. It has taken some false steps, failed relationships, and the acceptance of many truths in order for me to get to the point where I can acknowledge that yes, I am an imperfect being. And being able to acknowledge that imperfection has allowed me to live from a place of humility instead of a place of ego, which has granted me true power instead of the false power presented by ego. Apologizing means that I can acknowledge the negative aspects of my personality and I can actually work on them and improve upon them instead of pretending that they're not there and just repeating the very same behavior that has caused such pain in the past, or even worse, constantly punishing myself for these negative aspects. I'm sorry. These 2 words are arguably the 2 most important words in any relationship. They have the power to release you from living your life from a place of guilt and shame because of any hurt you may have caused in the past. Making excuses, running away, refusing to take responsibility for your actions, that's easy, but it will destroy your life. It will destroy your heart, and it will destroy your relationships. Taking responsibility for your actions has the power to release you from living from your past. It has the power to allow you to enjoy your present and to look forward to your future with hope and optimism. I'm not perfect. Neither are you. And that's okay. Remember that.